Good morning, everyone. Today we're looking at the second part in our chapter 2, which is the solution, God's sacrifice and substitution. So let's read Hebrews 9, verse 26 to 28. But he has appeared once for all at the end of the ages to do away with sin, by the sacrifice of himself, just as man is destined to die once, and after that to face judgment. So Christ was sacrificed once to take away the sins of many people, and he will appear a second time, not to bear sin, but to bring salvation to those who are waiting for him. And as I was studying this scripture specifically, I came upon a commentary that just painted a picture for me, and I'd like to discuss it after I read it. It says, the sacrifices of Jesus are infinitely better than those of the law, which could neither procure or obtain pardon for sin, nor impart power against it. And I was thinking about the lengths that people had to go through in the Old Testament to bring sacrifices to God, the requirements that he had. And it was such a hefty task to bring a sacrifice to God, making sure that you met all the requirements, that it in a sense paints a picture of what our lives would have looked like if it wasn't for Jesus. Nothing that we could give God as a sacrifice would ever be eternal, would ever be once off and enough for the sin that we have. You know, when God sacrificed Jesus, his requirements didn't fall away. He didn't chuck them out the window and think that, okay, I'm lowering my standards. He gave something that he felt was perfect, was enough, met all his requirements. And I think it's so encouraging knowing that what he gave was given once and was enough. You know, we don't have to keep giving sacrifices to God, physical sacrifices, to pay for our sins. Jesus was that final sacrifice. And a sacrifice is never something that's easy to give. It's always something of value, something that's difficult for us to give. And knowing that God gave his most loved possession in our place is encouraging, is so beautiful. And it's the only thing that was enough, that was going to be eternal, that was going to set us free eternally, and that didn't need to happen continuously and every day. And it's such an unfair exchange, but that's what happened. And it's such a beautiful symbol of God's love. And ironic how Jesus, who had no sin, had to suffer the effects of it. And that was dying on the cross for us. He resisted it, yet suffered for it. And isn't that just a beautiful symbol of his love for us? A true sacrifice of love. And an example to us as well. So I really hope that today's message will just encourage you and just show you the lengths that God went to sacrifice for us, knowing that we needed something worthy, something that met his standards, and that was Jesus, because he loved us and because he wanted to be in eternal relationship with us. I hope this encourages you. I hope that it gives you a different picture of what Jesus really did for us. And I hope that this is just the next step in your relationship with God and a step closer to him, and that it will set you free, and it will truly set you free and take away the responsibility that we sometimes put on ourselves to save ourselves, knowing that it was only Jesus that could.